Welcome to this week's edition of the OCU Athletics Update. I'm Andrew Himes, and this week we're talking to Superstar Athlete of the Week, Nik Turner, and men's golf coach, Kyle Blaser.
Nik Turner is this week's Superstar Athlete of the Week. Senior wrestler from Norman won the NAIA Central Qualifying Group Tournament on Saturday at 157 pounds. Second time he's won that tournament. And Nik, you sat out last year as a redshirt. What was that like for you?
At the beginning of the year, it wasn't that much different because if you redshirt in wrestling, you still go to open tournaments and stuff. And we usually go to a lot of open tournaments at the beginning of the year. For duels, though, it was a little bit different. Like, it was pretty cool before weigh-in because obviously I could eat and drink. But after weigh-in, it kind of wasn't as cool because I just really wanted to be out there wrestling with him. So,
you've been ranked at number 1 at 157 pounds for most of the year. What's your attitude toward those rankings?
They don't mean that much. I mean, it's nice to get some recognition, but for the most part, I just go out there and do what I normally do.
Now that you're into the postseason, how does that affect a wrestler's preparation toward matches?
It really shouldn't affect it at all because if you've been successful up until this point, then you should probably continue to do the things you've been doing. But sometimes it might make you take a little bit different strategy. Like I know in the past couple years, I might have shut down a little bit where I should have still been attacking, and it cost me, but not this time.
As we head toward the NAIA Championships in March, what is your approach toward that?
Just keep working hard, keep taking my shots, keep taking people down, basically.
What's motivating you towards those?
I lost in the semis 2 years in a row, so yeah, that's all the motivation a guy really needs.
Look back on your OCU career a little bit. What have been some of the highlights?
Highlights for me, we beat UCO my freshman year and this year, so my senior year going out. So that's always nice because they're our crosstown rival. But also, first time I got All-American, that was pretty nice. It was here, so it was at home. And just memories, bus rides, long bus rides, hanging out with the team.
What's your major?
Business administration.
And how did you decide on that? What would you like to do with it?
Trial and error. Yeah, just took a bunch of classes and finally decided on that. Probably get a job at some point would be a good idea.
And can you share something with us about yourself people may not necessarily know?
Sometimes in my spare time I write poetry.
Got any of them?
No.
All right, we've been talking OCU Superstar Athlete of the Week, Nik Turner, senior wrestler from Norman. You can keep up with the wrestling team's progress on OCUsports.com.
There's a call to be answered. The spirit of competition is still alive inside. The desire still drives. The phrase student athlete has a great ring to it. Lasting friendships are ready to be made. You just want to keep playing. Game on. Learn more at NAIA.org.
Here on the OCU Athletics Update, we have men's golf coach Kyle Blaser. The Stars won the Sooner Athletic Conference last year. They're ranked 3rd coming into this year in the NAIA. And, Coach, with that number 3 ranking in the country, what are your expectations coming in?
Improvement on that ranking. We've actually had, our 10th place finish last year was one of the worst finishes we've had since I've been here. So we're just looking to rebuild and, keep building on the positives. We're ranked 3rd in the country, which after finishing 10th in the country, you're kind of surprised with that expectations. But I think we've got such a powerful team and program that we've got some respect. We do have a lot of kids coming back from last year. I think we've got 7 All-Americans of some sort on our roster, and we just play 5. So we are strong. We've got to keep getting better. So we're just looking to get better every time we play.
The team won the Sooner Athletic Conference title for the 17th time last year. As you look around the conference, how does it stack up? Who are going to be some of your main competitors?
Well, it seems like it's always us, Oklahoma Christian. Wayland Baptist is strong. And then we've got some new ones. Rogers State's played pretty good this year. Oklahoma Baptist's got a really good player. And Southern Nazarene's always good. So, we've got the strongest conference in the country. Traditionally, we get 4 teams in the national tournament. Traditionally, they all make the cut and they all compete. But when it all gets down to it, it's between us and Oklahoma Christian.
You talked about some of your returning players. You had All-Americans James Marchesani, Clark Collier, Michael Palmer, Elliott Groves. What do they bring to the team this year?
Experience. James Marchesani was a freshman last year. He was national freshman of the player of the year, which it's a great honor. Clark Collier is a senior. He's been here 4 years. Great leadership. Elliott Groves, he's really played good this spring, early spring, which is, it kind of puts a smile on my face. He's been on and off the top 5, and he is playing outstanding. And then we've got Cameron Myers. He's also a senior. Great leadership. He's been tearing it up, and we call him the rock and roll golfer on our team because he swings hard, he plays hard, and it's crazy what kind of he shot 64 the other day on the golf course and made it look easy. So. We're excited about what we've got. We've also got Sondre Ronald, Michael Palmer. He was also a National Freshman of the Year. Taylor Artman's a senior. Taylor Artman's been working really hard. I expect great things out of him also. So it's going to be a tough decision when it comes down to taking 5 out of those 7. We've got others in the mix too, but that's a good thing about being Oklahoma City University golf. We've got depth like a lot of teams can't say around the country.
Talk about some of the newcomers to the program this year, and what do you think they can contribute?
Well, our newcomers, they're going hard. It's going to take a while for them to break in. We got Jacob Simon. He transferred in from Texas Tech. Jacob brings a lot to the table. He played at Tech. He's fighting hard for a spot. I've got a couple red shirts. Scotty Verplank, Connor Kurtz. I decided to red shirt them this year. I think it'll be good for them to mature a little bit. And then we've got several others that are they're in working hard and going through everything that everybody else is doing, and it's going to be tough for them to step in with such a senior and junior heavy roster. It's going to be a tough job for them to accomplish.
You have several former players who are now playing professionally. Can you update us on some of their status right now?
Yeah, it's kind of neat around the Blaser household on Saturday mornings. I'm up early, 4 o'clock usually, or really early on Saturday mornings. I've got 4 kids that made the cut on the South African tour this week, so I got up and I like to see them as they're coming in the clubhouse so I can get live updates. Tyron Van Oswegen was in Columbia this week playing on the Nationwide, which is Nationwide is a step down from the PGA Tour. He actually finished tied 13th this week, so it was an interesting weekend. I got to watch 4 or 5 former players playing professional golf, and it's exciting for me and my kids. My kids grew up with them, and they sat by the computer with me, and it's exciting to watch them be successful and earn some money.
What do you look for when you're recruiting student athletes?
I look for someone that's going to be successful in the classroom, and then it's golf scores. If you got those 2 things, it means that the kid's organized enough to be successful academically, and I think that falls right in suit with golf. It's demanding. It's very similar to the academic endeavors of university, what they will have to face here. So, if they can accomplish those things, golf scores always help, though. You can't lie on a golf score. So, if you're shooting 62s, I'm going to be recruiting you.
All right, we've been talking to OCU men's golf coach Kyle Blaser. Stars get the season underway in the San Antonio Shootout February 27th and 28th.
That's it for this week's edition of the OCU Athletics Update. Check back every week for all the latest in OCU sports.